Ferras is the catchiest little song. I find myself singing it in the shower. Hollywood is Not America. Now, did you write that before or after you actually moved to Hollywood?
I wrote it after. You know, I sort of was writing my first record and kind of analyzing, you know, the world, and certainly the media was really paying a lot of attention to, you know, certain young Hollywood starlets and everything. And, you know, just after sort of sitting back and, you know, Anna Nicole Smith, you know, passed away and all of these things, and, you know, it was just sort of going in my mind, you know, just my mind started sort of turning, and I thought, wow, you know, the fame, the glitter, the glamour, everything, it's just not what it's cracked up to be. There's a whole other side that, you know, we don't see.
It's a long way from your small town in southern Illinois. What's it called?
Gillespie.
Gillespie. How many people?
30, I think like something like 3,800 people.
Do you even have a fast food restaurant there?
You know, there used to be a Hardee's, and then they tore it down, and, you know, it became like this Two Angels restaurant or something with two like cherubs in front of like something, I don't know.
Did that impact who you were though? Did you ever felt like you fit in that small town?
No, I actually felt like I didn't fit in. I was always kind of the misfit, you know, the kind of kid that everybody paid attention to because I played music and whatever. But, you know, I was always getting into like weird things. Like when I was a child, my father kidnapped me, and then I was Middle Eastern in a very like white small town. Then, you know, as I got a bit older, I started dating this girl who was like almost 10 years older than me, and, you know, I was always kind of getting into trouble, and, you know, so that's really what brought me to Aliens and Rainbows, my first record. It was kind of like about this place where I would go, and, you know, if I was feeling upset or feeling like I didn't, you know, quite belong, or anytime I needed to channel some emotions, I would sit, and music became that place.
You gloss over that, some of these experiences so lightly, you know, the kidnapping, the girlfriend that was 10 years older. I noticed in a lot of these songs, it seems like it's a lot about what you've lived or what you want to live. When you look at some of the different titles, you know, Something About You, Hollywood's Not America, Everybody Bleeds the Same. Do you kind of feel like we're looking at the whole Ferras life right here?
You know, it's a part of it. You know, there's definitely parts of me that you know, I don't lay out onto the table.
Yeah.
But I think if I'm gonna write a song, it's gonna have some meaning, and it's gonna be somewhat autobiographical or something that I want to experience. You know, when I first started making the record, my producers, you know, gave me songs and they said, "Here, sing these," and I was kind of like, "I can't do this. I'm a songwriter, so we need to start the record over." And, you know, that's exactly what we did.
You came so close to getting a record deal, what, like 5 times, and it fell through?
Yeah.
What did you feel like when American Idol decided they were going to make Hollywood is Not America such a huge hit for you?
Well, Hollywood's Not America was going to be the first single anyway, and before the American Idol thing even happened, Hollywood was on my MySpace, and we found out that radio stations were playing it. And we said, how did they get this? You know, they ripped it off of MySpace.
Seriously?
And were playing Hollywood's Not America for like 3 weeks before the Idol thing. And then Idol happened, and, you know, everybody was just, radio has really embraced the song, and for that, I'm so thankful. But, you know, I'm confident that the song would have had a life on its own, you know, aside from the American Idol thing. But when they called and said, we'd like to use a song, I was ecstatic because, you know, it's a great demographic. I think the song, you know, definitely touches people in a certain way, and 40 million households a night, you know?
Isn't that crazy?
It's amazing.
Not too bad for a little guy from Gillespie, Illinois, huh? Now tell me about Take My Lips. This was the song that really sealed a record deal for you. Yeah,
I wasn't going to play it, and then this was one of the last auditions that I had with the record label president, and by this point I was done. I was like,
take me, please!
Yeah, you know, I just didn't care, and this was one of the first times that I really sat down and was like, you know, whatever, I'm just going to totally be myself. And you know, if he doesn't like it, I've acted before in these meetings. I've been somebody else. It hasn't worked, so I'm just gonna let all my cards loose and just, you know. And so I played 2 songs, and, you know, the president of the label was kind of sitting on the edge of his, you know, chair, kind of doing his BlackBerry thing. And but I knew, you know, he was kind of paying attention because they do this game, you know, like they're not paying attention. And somebody that I was with, they said, "Play Take My Lips," and I was like, man, this song, you know, I want to play something else. So I played Take My Lips, and he sat on the edge of his thing, and he was bouncing his head, and he said, "That was worth the price of admission. Why didn't you just play that, you know, the first song?" And I was like, wow. So 4 days later, I was in New York, and I was doing demos, and now I'm here, so.
And lucky for folks at home, they get a front row seat. We'll let you take it away. Take My Lips.
All right.